Hi there, Zeke, Changuris, author of The Ornament, a love story about journalism. Let me tell you about a true love story in honor of Valentine's Day, my love story. Several years ago, my wife Amanda and I had been working at the same television station. It was an election night, and election nights are long nights for reporters because you're constantly waiting for new information. Well, at 11 o'clock, our interview decides to stand us up. Amanda is brilliant. She fills 5 minutes of dead air. Afterwards, we go back to the bureau and we have nervous breakdowns. During those nervous breakdowns, we find we have a lot in common. And she says something strange to me. "Do you want to go to Italy?" "Well," I say, "sure." Who would turn down a request to go to Italy? Well, it happened to be that she hadn't been anywhere by herself, and I've traveled a lot. So she felt safe with me. I was a friend. I was a buddy. So within 3 weeks, we fly into Venice. We get to Venice and are amazed at the city. We then take the train down to Rome. Rome is beautiful, and Amanda does something that every man wishes their girlfriend would do. As we tour the Colosseum, she looks to me and says, "I did not know men could build things such as these," quoting lines from Gladiator the entire time. Then we ride up on the train to Florence, and we get to Florence, and it's there that we decide to admit to each other that we were crazy about each other. We also are crazy about the city. It has a special place in our heart. Then we get back. We try and play things low-key in a small newsroom or a small office of any kind. You kind of need to keep some secrets to yourself. We eventually come out to our friends and tell them that we're dating. And that was great. And a few months later, we go to a Dallas Redskins Monday night game. Big, big, big football game for a lot of us. And it was the season Joe Gibbs came back to coach for us. Amanda bleeds burgundy and gold. My family has worked for the Redskins for generations. And I get permission to go down onto the sideline during warm-ups, and Amanda threatens the Dallas bench. And then I get her attention. I'm like, "Amanda, I need to talk to you." I say, "We have a lot to thank my grandmother for. I have her tickets in my pocket, and I have her ring too." She's like, "No, you don't." I said, "Yeah, I do." I reach into my pocket and I pull out my grandmother's engagement ring. I say, "I'll ask you to marry me right now if you'll say yes." She says, she just babbles. Babbles, babbles, babbles. I knew what the answer was gonna be. We had talked about it several times. I just didn't know if she wanted it to happen on a sideline. So I put the ring on her finger, and it was the most spectacular evening at a football game I've ever had. It didn't even matter that they lost. Two years later, after a very long engagement, thinking of another love story, we get married. We get married in our hometown, and then we fly to our other home, Florence, Italy. We spend 10 days at the same hotel, in the same room, where we fell in love. I hope this love story was fitting for Valentine's Day. I hope The Ornament is a fitting Valentine's Day love story for you too. Have a good night.